Greetings and salutations. So, this little beauty is a Memorex CRT. It's a MVT 2135. It's a 13-inch color television with video cassette recorder. When I say the words recorder, basically what that means is, say, if you're watching the game and you feel like, gosh darn luck, I want to record it because I want to watch it later. Because back in the 90s, we didn't really have that opportunity to rewatch it again. Like say now we do, where we can just say, well, we're just gonna go to Hulu or we're gonna go to all those other streaming services. Well, now back then you had to get the tape, plop it in, and then press this little button which says record, and then you're off to the races. Some other functions that this thing has is the ability to change the channel and the volume. Let's turn the little guy on. We have a tape that we can use to see, hey, okay, so it's doing a bit of staticky right now, because there's nothing really saying, hey, it's all working. So let's put a tape in. This being Button Abbott and Lucas Dell meet the Mummy. This is a black and white film, so you're not really gonna be able to show much of the color off, but okay.
Continue.
The reward is great enough for me to take the gamble. However,
so,
if you're afraid of the curse of Claris, you can go back to town.
If I were afraid, I would not be here.
So, it seems to work fairly well. Actually, I really like the ability to watch the tapes on this little guy. Actually, I kind of think I remember, these CRTs that had the use of tapes, back when I was growing up. I believe they were mostly very common when it comes to, travel buses. Like, say they would have TVs, and then they would be connected to other TVs on buses for, long, trips that some people would take. Another little functions that this little guy has is, in the side of it, it has a audio to be able to plug in a headphone jack. So nowadays, say you can change the volume or use the use of Bluetooth or things of that nature. Back in the 90s, we didn't really have that. Some other functions this little guy has, if I can get this thing turned around without it falling down, is audio and video to be able to do things like if you want to use your NES or SNES, this is where you would put them for the audio and the video. I also have VHF and UHF for to be able to watch channels. And it also has the the model number as well, the date of when this was developed, or I believe manufacturing date. So that is fairly cool. There's actually a bit of a handle to be able to carry this to go, which seems like a fairly cool, cogent idea. So if you ever wanted to take your little TVs to go, because back in the 90s there was just to take take a little your TVs to travel, say if you wanted to go gaming, because sometimes back in the 90s, fairly late night, they had TVs to be able to play your PlayStation 1s and all that to go. Actually, I really like this. When I first got this, I was fairly developed into it. I was just grinning ear to ear. When you're watching it, you're just going, yes, I know this is a black and white film as just an example, but I was really,
and others have certainly acted like they were 4,000 years old.
I was really happy.
What I was afraid of.
Anyway,
So why
it was rare. I feel like this looks.
Claris never died.
I think that looks really good. I think it looks really, really good, especially for a television that's not like, you know, an HD or anything of that nature. It looks really good. The quality looks nice. We're actually planning to do more videos using this little guy for other ideas, like say whether it is trying to get cable or use of and all that with this little guy, perhaps using channels and all that, like, you know, perhaps like watch local television with it. That'd be pretty cool. Perhaps like say, hey, watching it, like if there's a storm and suddenly like, hey, be careful every guys, but I'm watching the game or something like that. That'd be fairly cool. But have you ever had a CRT TV? Or what kind of did you have? Did you ever have one of these kind of models? See you next time.